Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be another crafting video. I wanted to make a video because it's, in a way, kind of a partial day off. I finished the assignments that were available to me early, and then there was one that unlocked on Sunday, and I had to do that on Sunday, but that was the only thing. So, well, technically it's Monday because it's past midnight, but I go to bed extremely late. I will try to sleep earlier another day, but I wanted to show my Olympian sweater again, and I want to start making my red barn. It's just been on my mind. It might take a little bit to get to the project, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have it as a part of the fairy world or make it like into something else that will be something different. I think I'm still going to make it wonky intentionally and unintentionally because I just feel like I'll be like, oops, I went further out than what I needed to, but that's what it's gonna be. So, and I was also thinking maybe I could do some of the index cards. I'm really happy I have the index cards in here. I didn't finish writing them, but I did cut out what I estimated it to be. And this is a case that was given to me by my Estonian friend. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. And I wanted to have something in it that I would see more often because it had a deck in here that um, she gave to me. I have it in a safe place. It is an out of print deck, and even it's out of print and it's difficult to get in this part of the world. So um, I do love it. I wanted to put something else in here, so I cut up the index cards into quarters, and I kind of just cut them so they're not like, they don't necessarily form a deck. I do have a corner rounder somewhere, but I don't know if I brought it here, if it's in my storage unit or in the car. It's strange because really, I use it, well, when I use it like, and I'm happy that I have it. It's from my best friend, and it's like the only corner rounder I use. Um, I, the function of it before was to mainly modify decks. I haven't done that in a while, but I still use it for other things. And I wanted to use it for this to smooth out the edges to make it feel more cohesive and like one in a way. But this is fine too. And I also wanted it to be more smooth on the edges because when I put it in here, I don't want it to get um not snag, but bend like paper does. So it fits well. I'm happy that I went to like a mini size because I didn't need to write on all that. Like there would be a lot of void, and I write small, and there's not much to write anyway. So I feel like it works extremely well for this. So I got up to a certain point. I did a couple of sections and I did color code them. I don't have a lot of colors to go off of, but I'll make it so if there's like a difference between the different categories. So this is what I've done so far, and it didn't take too long, but after a while, I didn't want to take the notes anymore and I was working on other things. So there are ways to go, but I feel that it's great progress, and I'm happy that this has another thing in it now. And I have these, so I can undo it at any point, which is nice. And but I can also just move the cards like this. It has some of the Ukrainian yarn, and I have the section for this week of drugs, and I color coordinated it too. I was thinking about doing the following week, but I like focusing on the ones that I have so far, and then maybe that might change up. So this is the pen that I use right now, and I I'll show the progress on the Olympian sweater. I literally just showed it yesterday, so you're not going to see too much, but I got to the repeat. So this is what it is. I am obsessed. I love the palette because, well, I love the palette in general, and I don't have a palette like this necessarily, even if I have used colors in the family before. The way that it's coordinated um, is different. And that's the fun thing about knitting your garments is that even if you use the same colors and you could do the same pattern and then adjusted it with which ones are what's like the order you're gonna, or not order, but the way that you're going to do it. It just makes a huge difference. But if you use the same colors in another garment, it just makes the garment different too. And if you like make it in a certain way, because I haven't had a dominant color be in orange before, so this is technically a light orange from, well, that's what it said on the Ukrainian website. It kind of is like a light orange golden to me, um, like wheat. And I'm making a size larger than what I normally do, but I feel like it'll work. I think it'll be, again, a little larger, but honestly, it'll be cozy. And I like how it feels over my hips too. But in general, I feel like it will be an oversized type of garment for me. And I also think it's going to be quite long if I do the full size, and I am going to do the full size. Yeah, just in case. Um, we love an oversized sweater, so because I'm going to do the repeat of the main pattern, and then from the bottom up, it'll be 11 inches, and then after that 11 inches, then I'll knit the main pattern. So this is my course binder. But I'm right here. So I feel, because in this part, like with the ribbing and then the color work that I did before the main pattern, that was like basically 4 inches because the ribbing was like 2 1/4. And I really love it. Um, I don't have a sweater like this. So, and this is what I've done here. This is the main pattern that I just got into, and that'll be 11 inches, and then the rest of it, that'll be another couple of inches. So I'll see how that is. I don't think it should be too much. It will be longer because this is a unisex sweater, but because for knitting the body, if I separate for the sleeves and the body for the modern pattern, I would normally knit around 17 inches, and that would be a little past my hips. So it does look like it's going to be long, but um, that'll be fun. I actually I said this in the other video. I changed out one of the luggages because where did I say that? I cleaned some stuff in the room. You'd be surprised and proud of me. But in my closet, since I haven't been here for a couple, well, this isn't like the childhood home or anything, but my room is technically my room, but I haven't been here for years. And then there's like stuff in it. It's big enough so I can still fit my stuff in it, but there's 5 luggages that aren't mine in there. And I'm like, I guess I'll just switch one of mine out because mine I had to fix since had it didn't have a zipper, and then there was like a design part of it like that was affecting the way that it would close or the way that it would um, roll because it was sticking out on the bottom of it and I sewed it back in. So I took that keychain and I put it on my backpack. It's my Oklahoma one with the buffalo. It's a buffalo. Yeah. And I don't think I'm going to put my knitting keychain on it, like the from the knitting store here, because I feel like it might be fragile. So I have it on something already in the room. And just random, I do kind of want to knit like a spring thing. Not sure what it'll be. I had to move my gifts, like other things that I may I could keep them if I really wanted to at some point, but as of right now, I'm just like I could also not have them with me either because I am trying to like consolidate things and it is taking up some space. And it's not like I don't like them, but I this is random too. I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I got this reprinted from the, well, I got some pictures developed, and I was thinking about hanging this one, but I don't know where I would hang it because the frame that I was going to use, it doesn't fit it. So, um, this one, and so far it's behind my Ukrainian bear, and I have another picture near that bear too. And I have my, I, I call it one of my fairy statues because I'll put it with like my fairy village. So before I start the quilting the farmhouse, before I start quilting the farmhouse, I have some yarn, not yarn, thread, and I keep the, well, the ones that I like in here. I really like the small ones. I haven't been getting the small ones as much because I've been knitting garments, but now I haven't been knitting garments. I've been doing other things. Is this a top stitch one? It's not. Is it? I think it is actually. So I do love these colors. I do like Gutermann too. It's a German brand. But I don't have a top stitching needle. I haven't come across it. I'm not gonna order it. So I'm going to take these out. Pretty sure the black is one too. The black. And then the blue. So these are already ones that I won't have in here. I think this one too. So these ones I'll put away. They'll be useful at some point of my life. I'll try to use them before the thread gives, because I heard not that it's not good to use old thread. So at some point I'll make it a priority to get the needle for it. The red is definitely going to go in. This is the Zoology. Just a little recap. I was going to get more of the white thread. I do have some white thread on there right now, and it's the larger one. This one is polyester. I feel like I got a cotton all purpose. This is Zoology. This one's cotton. This one's polyester of the Gutermann. I mainly saw Gutermann in Joann's. I don't know if Joann's is still open. I know that they're closing. Just sad because I remember Joann's growing up, so it was around for a while. Um, I recently got this Zoology one. This one is polyester. And it's the red. I really love this one. That one's gonna go for my with my barn house. I love this one too. This one is kind of like a fancy purchase because it was expensive. It was at this local yarn store on the East Coast. Not local to me anymore, but at the time it was kind of local. Did I say sewing store? It was like a sewing quilting store, and this is 100% cotton. It's Metler, and silk finish cotton. It's 100% cotton. I love this color. It just looks so whimsical to me. It is coming up more darker than what it is, but it's like a soft hot pink, or a soft, no, I don't know. It's like a fuchsia. Me not knowing colors anymore. It's like a fuchsia and soft hot pink together. And I love this one. Yeah, that's kind of it. I think that's the closest I see of it. And then the it's purple here. So that was a nice place. And then I think I mainly have zoology here, if I'm not mistaken. This is zoology, and then this is zoology. But then this is Guterman. I really love this one. It's like a wheat color. I love like wheat tones for some reason. And this one is 100% cotton. But this one is made in Greece. Guterman. Okay. Are they all made in Greece? No, it says Germany. So that might just be a specific one. Germany. Okay. I'm just curious. So I'll keep that in here. Well, I'm gonna use this red. I don't know if I'll use it right now. I'm not gonna change out. Am I gonna wind another bobbin right now? I don't think so. But I was gonna make some of the pieces inside out anyway, so you wouldn't see it. And the red would just be like for it to be visible. It'll just be a fun project. It's not using like machine quilting thread or anything. So I have this yellow, and the smaller ones are 99 cents at Hobby Lobby. I tend to, well, that's where I see the zoology. Then I have this, is this a cotton? That's why it's a different color. I I do want to knit with cotton, but at the same time, I got this cotton for my other sewing machine, the other Singer one. This one's like a rosy baby pink. Don't know. It's super soft, but you'll definitely see it like in person. This one is yellow. It is like a, it's not like a highlighter yellow, but um, they kind of remind me of a little brighter than daffodils, but it's not a super bright yellow, but it's not dim either. And I love daffodils. I had daffodils in my, well, on the front yard of my childhood home growing up. And um, the animal for that, I don't know if I should say, maybe not. Is that giving away confidential information? I was gonna say like the street animal that I had, but I don't know if that like gives stuff away too easily for the internet. If I had like a regular conversation, maybe I wouldn't mind as much. This one I found in my container for my other sewing machine. So there's this modern sewing machine that I have that I don't mind. I bought it. It was at I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened, but it's well, I don't use it too often. The main thing that I use it for is when I just want to quickly wind my bobbins, and I can wind my bobbins on my older Singer sewing machines. They have that function, but I don't like adjusting anything on my older sewing machines. So I just take out my other one and it does it because I don't know, it's like right there. So, but when I move, I I feel like I'm just gonna take the featherweight one because that just seems like the right move to do because I love the other antique one, but it's heavy. I feel like maybe at some point I would move or like bring it with me at another point of time. But um, there was nothing else to say. So I have some of these larger ones. Don't know if I'm gonna put them in there. Oh, I found this one in that container that had it has like the pedal and other supplies for my newer sewing machine. I just didn't really get like enthusiastic whenever I worked with it. And one of the main things with like the modern sewing machines is that they're so loud. And I feel like in general that it shouldn't be a problem, but like I don't know. For me, I just love the sound of an older sewing machine because it just sounds more historical, like a typewriter type of sound, only it's a sewing machine. So I guess you could do what you feel with that. But I use this to make pants. That's the first pair of pants. And I actually want to use that pattern again to make shorts. I actually kind of wanted to use the pants that I made and make it into shorts instead. It did come out nice, so maybe not, because the pants actually fit. But at the same time, I used a I used like a white bed sheet for it, and then I washed it, and I thrifted it, and I washed it. But I did the shortest size, and I could have gone with my own measurements for the pants, but I don't know, I just like went for what the pattern said. And they're still long and I was stepping on it. And I don't know if it's just like the material, but when I got back to the house, it was like you could see that I was walking on the street and stuff because it just like it scuffed it so much on the bottom of my pants. And you would think that like I'm used to that already because like that used to be kind of like the style, especially for the bootleg jeans. I love bootleg jeans. They're like the only jeans, or low rise bootleg jeans are my favorite jeans to wear, and I don't know if I've worn other ones. I've worn leggings like that look like jeans, but that's different. Um, it it's just really balances out my height. So I have these other two threads that I haven't used yet, but I felt like they could be ones that I definitely the green, because the green I wanted to make the I wanted to make this costume outfit. I say outfit costume like together because I plan on wearing certain parts of it like on a daily basis. I actually kind of want to make my apron and then wear that pretty regularly too because I got an oil stain on one of my favorite shirts. It's like the compounding shirt. And I try like in general not to wear like something that I really don't want to get anything on. And I'm not sure, well, I was definitely working with oil. I was cooking something. Um, and then I didn't realize it that I had oil on it, and a lot of it did come off. I didn't try like other methods of how to take the stain out. It's pretty faint, and the shirt is kind of oversized anyway. So like it creases and like you don't really see it, but I know it's there. So I kind of want to do something about it. But well, I guess do something about it in a way like where I clean it and then I also clean it again, and then I also want to make an apron that I like. I like the vintage aprons. I might make it into a different shape. I'll see what I want to do. Oh, you know what? The that's like the main pattern that I've been using. The Rocketeer. Oh my God. Riveter. Rosie the Riveter one. Because she also has, well, there's like an overalls pattern too, and I wanted to use the top of it and then do something different for the bottom for like making it an apron. I think I'm gonna do that. Um, I'll get to it at some point. But I don't know what I'm going to use for these, but these are polyester too. I do kind of want to make an area where I like not a pouch, but it kind of hangs off of, well, it does hang off of your sewing machine table, and you can add or put supplies in it. I don't know if this is going to close with all this stuff. Is it? Oh my God, miracles happen once in a while when you believe. It fit everything in here. I have to take the red out. Well, am I gonna work on this now? I don't think so. But it fits everything in here. I'm gonna try to use, I should be using what I have, with the thread, especially like the white thread, because well, I got different types of white thread because, I don't know if me going back like 10 minutes because I was talking about this earlier. My other machine, the thread kept breaking, and I saw in the bobbin area that the thread was getting discolored, so I brought it to get a like I don't know, you say like updated or tuned up, and I got it oiled and cleaned. And they said another person came in because their thread was breaking too. So now my thread isn't breaking and my sewing machine is clean. I don't know when I'll oil the featherweight, but I received it and it's functioning, so I'm not having a problem with that. There are a couple things I want to knit from this. I want to knit, sew from it, but I wanted to focus on. I've never heard of a shoe bag before. Is that a thing? You know what? Oh my god. I was actually thinking about that the other day because I put something down to put my Converse boots in the closet, like so it doesn't get the dirt on the carpet and I don't walk around in the house like with the shoes on. And then I was thinking, should I get like a pouch or something to like store the shoes in? And I would store them separately because um the Converse shoes, they scuff so easily. I mean, you could clean them just as easily, but even like when they touch each other, like the second they touch each other, scuff. And I just like wash it as soon as I get back from whatever I was doing. So now that I think about it, that would be something that I could use, but I could also use the pouch for something else or bag for something else. The first aid bag would kind of be fun. I already went through this book, but I feel like they're really fun patterns and like gives me ideas on like what I could make. I do want to make a bag. So this is a triangular log cabin tote, and I want to work on like formatting different pieces together, but that's not what I was gonna get. Like I keep stopping. So I wanna make, wait, maybe is it a, you know what? I don't even think it's in this book. I think it's like in the other book. I'm already like 40 minutes in and I don't even have the right book out. Oh, and I got the Highland Cow one out, and I got the reds that I've been using, or that I used for the mushroom house. I also got my pins because I feel like if I don't sew them right this second, I kind of want to piece them together because I'm going to put them inside out, and then when I sew them together, I might, well, let me see, do I even need to have it be visible? Because I feel like I don't. I just love that the author. Oh, here's the book. It's the book that has it. So I don't even think I need to have it visible for the red because of the shapes. I feel like you could easily piece them together. I say easily. It gives you measurements or supply things. Cutting guide. Will I listen to the cutting guide? Probably not. I think I'm just gonna eye it. That's why it's gonna be wonky. I don't need the red thread right now, but I have it for when I do, and I will do more exposed thread. And I feel like working on some different quilt projects will help me see like what I am supposed to do when I'm exposing it. Like, house pot holder is a charming functional shape that helps you practice the traditional quilt motif while getting the feel of working with multiple layers of batting and binding, and with the right choice of fabrics you won't burn the house down. That's why it says 100% cotton. So I don't have to put this stuff inside out, so there are uh, there are the different pieces on the other side. So I'll just go by the pieces, and I think that should be fine. I want the cow to be maybe here, like in the center. So I think I'll start cutting, and I won't go by their measurements. So I think it could be part of the fairy world that I'm sewing up. So I guess I don't really need, well, I could piece it together as I go, and then, well, not piece it, being like sewed together as I go, but literally like just piece it together with the needles. I could open this too. I might do some, not for this video, because I don't think I'll have time, but I feel like I'm gonna, oh, this is like really soft. I feel like it's softer than the Walmart one. This is like a lot softer than the Walmart one. And it's cheaper too, so um like I was saying, I don't think I'll have enough time to do the index cards on the video. But I'll do some index cards here and there, so it's not gonna be too long to do, but there are quite a few to do. I just look at these and I'm like, what can I use it for? And then I just have a whole bunch of supplies that I'm like, I'm not throwing it out because I'm going to recycle it and use it. There's a lot of that. Which cow am I going to use? Oh, I don't really want to cut them. But I don't think I can fit the whole cow. Well, the mom and the baby, well, the calf, in the barn like that, unless I just cut them So they stick out. Like I said, I don't want to cut them. How many cows are on here? I could get the baby. Would I want to have like the mom out and then, but now I just feel like I wouldn't want to have like, because I was thinking, could I have like one of the calves out and then have the mom and one of the calves in? But then I think I would want to have, if I do that, it would be flipped to like one of the calves inside and then the mom and the calf on the outside. But it's like gonna be really big. I don't know. I don't think I could fit this whole thing. I think I might do the small one or the cut it partially, but I don't think I want to do that. Is that a sticker? And I'm thinking about like what I could do with the Kool-Aid fabric because I also want that to be something that I use frequently. That enough to where I'm like it's practical for me. So I don't know what background I'm going to use, but I have some of this. This is really soft. I'm going to get the other Hobby Lobby ones at some point, but not right now. I do see the different patterns, and of course they have ones that you could buy the yard. Of course, I don't really need that. I'm sorry in advance about my scissors. I might do some of the paneling. This might be. So sorry. Now, I was told to cut like a larger piece than what you need, but I feel like this would be close to the size, to what I would like. So let me think about it, but like that, and well, if I use my needles, then I wouldn't want to iron over the needles that I have. So I would piece these. How many of these do I need? Because maybe I could just do them all. Now these two pieces are the same size, and then there's four other smaller pieces that are going this way, and there's the larger shapes. Oh, and there's the chimney too. And then I'll think about the contrast colors and everything. This might be bigger, so I won't need too much of like the background, but I still will use some of the backgrounds. And a triangle. And they're giving the measurements, so you're kind of within the range of what you're trying to do. But I'm doing that. So I'll see how it turns out. Let me do the triangle a little bigger. I don't know what's up with me with like cutting triangles. It's like I've never seen one in my life. This is definitely giving like cabin vibes. This is gonna be fun. So I did the triangle, and then these pieces. It's gonna come together at some point. I feel like I'm even gonna make the triangle smaller, but um, this should be good for now. There are 4 of those that are. Let me gauge this, how tall it is. So I'm making some of the roof. You just never know with me, because like I was talking all this talk about doing something, and literally everything that I said was just not happening. I'll hold on to this piece because it is kind of like a guideline of what I'm going to do with that piece that's not going to be that color. Good thing quilters don't watch me because I am just butchering everything. I'm gonna keep that one a little long again as guidance because there's another piece that's going to be like somewhere else there. So I'm just gonna pin this down. But I'm not gonna. No, I'm not. I'm gonna pin it. Then this is the front. There's a longer piece, and there's 2 of those, so I'm gonna just cut down like this. You're not seeing what I'm doing, but it's smart like that because it's almost like a log. Is this a log cabin? Me already forgetting what the title is. It's a house pot. So it kind of looks like a barn or log cabin. And I will cut these up like logs. And then cut it again because I need two of the long logs. Could have made it a little thicker, maybe. I'll see how that is. I have these. And if I want them a different way, I'll just cut again. So I did those two. Now, there's a third one of the short front ones. So let me just kind of trace one of these. And I'll kind of be able to trace the other fabric because I'll need other ones that are the same size. So I got three of those now, and I need 5 of these shorter ones that are going to be like vertical, like the window ones. So for the chimney, I need two of the chimneys. So these two will be the chimneys. I have two of them that I cut. And the last ones of these colors will be the vertical ones. And so I'll put these aside, and then there'll be another part where I might have the other ones cut out, and then I'll start piecing them together. I also have this tapestry that's in the room. I don't know if that's too. Maybe I'll cut one of them, and I'll cut it maybe a little on the, not like the longer side, because I don't want them to be super long. Oh, there's like a square imprint, so let me just go off of that. 2, 3, 4. And then I'll cut more as I go. Whatever I feel is gonna be like the vibe of the house. So I cut basically the square, and I'll cut it in half first. I didn't break into the other red, so I still have some of it left. So there are two, and I'm going to cut it again. This will just be my interpretation of this building. Hey, look, that's almost like the straightest that I've cut. So oh wow, Adrian, you need one more, so I'll just cut one more. That's not from this square. And then I'll film another time for the other parts of this video. I'll call this the wonky farmhouse. So now I have 5 pieces for the vertical ones, and I could reference these for the other parts that I will have for the farmhouse. I'll put this aside. I might keep it with the cow fabric just in case. And what I just cut is the one, well, I cut the ones here. These are the ones that I cut. So I'll get an accent fabric, and it would be kind of nice to do black. That would give like an interesting vibe. I'll see how it is when I'm piecing them together. So now when I'm going to do the wonky house again, but I get really excited when I do the wonky houses, so it'll probably be sooner rather than later. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video.